Inkling before the season started, and I was trying to be as upfront as possible about that, just knowing that this was most likely going to be my last year, but I wanted to be absolutely positive. And as the season started, maybe even in training camp, I started to think about it a little bit more, and I've really deep down known for a while now. So then it just became, all right, well, when do you want to say it? And I juggled around a couple ideas, but to be honest, it wasn't until I started preparing for this road trip, particularly our last game, which is in New York, and especially because that's going to be the last time I play in New York. We come back to Connecticut, so I got more time here. But knowing it was going to be my last game in New York is really what started the thought process around announcing that this would be my last year. So that's kind of the how and the when. That was the motivating factor on the timing. And I feel like for every athlete, sometimes it really just comes down to, when you know. There isn't necessarily a recipe for it. You just know when you know. And now that I know, and now again that this New York game is coming, I get to share it with my family, my friends, which I'm excited about. It was the right time for me.
Is that something you have to manage in terms of keeping the team a little bit focused and not to get overwhelmed by what I would call probably an upcoming love fest?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that Sue does an amazing job with everything. So my managing is just making sure I continue to be the best coach that I can be. And I think deservingly so, we need to honor her and we need to celebrate her. And I think because her focus is always the basketball first, everything else falls in line. And at the end of the day, because Sue is so focused and locked in on the details of her job, her day to day, and to be the best player for our team this year, I think that it allows everyone else to focus in the same capacity.
It's bittersweet. She's been around for 20 years, same state, and I love watching her play. Her career started when she was 2, when my older daughter played for CYO in Syosset, and that little girl was on the court all the time trying to get the ball in the basket.
And said, "Oh, I have your poster on my wall," and I was like, "Oh, that means something different," So to have impact on people you'll never meet is one thing. To know you had impact on those that are in the league right now is again really special.
Knowing it was going to be my last game in New York is really what started the thought process around announcing that this would be my last year. I'm going to be able to play in front of people that really watched me grow up, right? And that's really special to me.
Four-time All-Star, 5-time Olympic gold medalist, the WNBA all-time assist leader, and 4-time WNBA champion, Sue Bird. Joining Sue at third quarter, David McComas and Dr. Howard to bring a second gift on behalf of the Liberty organization and Liberty players. Sue, thank you for all you have done to grow the game. Henning Carter, 5'9" from Utah, number 10, Sue Bird.
It wasn't about how I played. It was just really about soaking it all in, enjoying the moment, knowing there are people here that, you know, like I've said to everybody already, but knowing that there are people here that have been so instrumental in my journey to get to where I'm sitting right now. It was really about that, you know, and then of course, once the ball gets tipped, you play to win. I would have taken the win, even if I had 0.0 assists, you know, 10 turnovers, I would have been thrilled. It wouldn't have mattered. The fact that, you know, I hit that last shot is almost, it just can put a smile on I know on my face, and I think it can put a smile on everybody's face knowing I hit my last shot here in New York. So it's, to be honest, like I said, I joked about Kobe Bryant. Yeah, a fairy tale ending would have been 30 points and 20 assists, but this felt pretty much like a fairy tale, so I'm gonna take it.
I mean, she was always around the gym. She's someone who's like so down to earth. Even when I first came to UConn, she was talk to me like she talks to anyone else. That's how she talks to everybody. She's just a great person.
Liberty fans, you know, cheering for Sue at the end of the game.
Amazing.
To me, this was a great day for women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to really get that perspective right now for you to understand how meaningful today was in terms of, you know, it's almost like Super Bowl Day.
Yeah, there was a moment where I wanted to start clapping when the fans started clapping at the end. I think Sue means the world to our game, obviously to the city, and to have the fans come out and support her, even though it's an away game. That's just a testament to who she is and what she stands for and how impactful that she's been in our game. But what an amazing day to be a part of, honestly.
How does it feel to be Sue Bird's mom?
It feels great. I'm proud of her in every respect. As a player, a person, a daughter, very proud of her.